Okay, this is our second hen, and you can see that she's got more damage than our first one. So if we start with the tail feathers, you can see that a lot of her tail feathers are damaged here. A lot of pieces have been stripped off the feather vein, and yeah, she's definitely got more severe damage than the first hen we looked at. Now with the tail, it's very hard to assess bare skin on the tail because the tail doesn't actually take up very much tissue space. But for the tail, I would score this as probably a 2 because it's more severe than just having the ends chewed, and she's lost some of her primary tail feathers. With tail, I would maybe go up to a score of 3 because unless you're not likely to get bleeding here. But if this was all her feathers were missing, I would give her probably a score of 3. Now, if we look at this hen's back, and remember we're going from the base of the neck to the base of the tail, and you can actually, because this bird is quite bald, you can see the preen gland here. This is the end of the back and the beginning of the tail. And you can see she's got quite a lot of bare skin. Now, if I get my little piece of paper, I can just see that she has more than 5 by 5 area of bald skin. So we're going to refer to my chart, and 3 is up to 5 by 5 centimeters bare skin, and 4 is more than 5 by 5 centimeters bare skin. So this hen, for the back, would get a score of 4. Now there's no hemorrhage, there's no bleeding anywhere, so she wouldn't get a more severe score of 5. Okay? If I'm looking at the wings, again, this hen's got ends of her primary wing feathers have been a bit chewed. This hen's also got some damage up here on the top of the wing, but it's not very severe, and so referring to my chart, she's a 1 or a 2. A 2 would be up to less than 1 square centimeter bare skin. So given that she does have this kind of fairly, well, no, it's not quite up to a 2. So this is a score of 1 still, although you might be saying she's pushing a score of 2, but there's no bare skin up here. So if I score the other wing, I know. Turn me around. Same thing. I'm looking at the primary wing feathers first, so they're again fairly chewed. But this time on the right hand wing, the bird does have bare skin here, and it's more than 1 square centimeter. You can see here it ranges from here to here. So I can check my chart, and I'd have to say it's more than 1 square centimeter, so it's a more severe score than a 2. So I have to give this bird a score of 3 for her right wing. Okay? So that is the tail, the back, and the 2 wings done. So now move on to the belly. So here's the belly, and this bird's obviously lost quite a few feathers off her belly. You can see a lot of broken feathers here, and she has quite a bit of bald skin. It's gone quite red as well. So again, if I refer to the chart, she's going to have to get a score of a 3, which is up to 5 by 5 centimeters bare skin, or a 4 if we think it's more than that. So again, I use my guide. Well, it's probably more than 5 square centimeters because it extends over to the side. Although she does have a few feathers, they're very broken, so I'd probably give her belly a score of 4 or 3. It's not an exact science, I'm afraid. Okay, that's her belly, and I have to do her neck. So the top portion of her neck actually looks very good. It's nice and smooth. All her feathers look good, so I'd give her neck a score of 0. And then I need to score her neck and chest. And again, she's lost some feathers here, probably because she's been in a cage. And again, you need to decide whether you want to score this part of the neck, depending on where your bird's been housed. So she needs to get a score of about a 2 because she's got quite a bit of missing feathers there. Okay? Now we'll get a pullet and see if that's any